The Prime Minister, as you know, racked up about $200,000 on info catering over 3 trips. And of course, we are now in the context of a recession where every dollar taken from taxpayers is to be respected, and they expect that. Could you please confirm how much is the average food while the Prime Minister is traveling?
I have no idea. Whatever government regulations when the Prime Minister travels, just as if we were carrying troops to a mission overseas, there are guidelines for those things. Those guidelines are rigidly followed.
Okay, so there is no knowledge or guidelines in terms of how much the Prime Minister and his entourage are spending on each of these trips, because there's a lot of trips, and I'm sure you can understand within an affordability crisis, this is...
The Prime Minister traveling around the world?
I am asking the question about the cost, not the travel.
Well,
I'm asking about the cost.
So I'm a little more focused on the revenue side. So what I can say is when the Prime Minister comes back, he always speaks to me about some possibilities for foreign investment in businesses, foreign investment in technology and innovation, and as I'm more keenly interested in foreign investment in infrastructure, and those efforts were rewarded.
Minister,
I think this is an important fact for you. Those efforts were rewarded. Canada was recently named the #1 destination in the world for foreign investment in our infrastructure.
I'm going to have to ask both of you to pause for a moment, Minister and Ms.
That was a very good achievement, and I link that directly to the Prime Minister's
Minister, I'm going to ask you to pause for a moment. Ms. Cobena, please ask your question.
Minister, I have 5 minutes to ask you questions, and you're talking over me. I would like to ask you some simple questions and get some answers. I understand your point, but what you are saying to me is that the Prime Minister needs luxury dinners, $200,000 of spending on food for his trips to do his job. That is my question.
That isn't the question. That's an assertion. What I will tell you is that the Prime Minister follows the same rules that we would apply to anyone. Those airplanes, in some cases, carry Canadian Forces troops abroad. I'm sure you don't think that they should not
Minister,
be fed on a travel if it's during a mealtime. There are guidelines for these things. I would point you to those if you're interested in how these things are run. I would point you to those guidelines, and maybe you could suggest how you see they should be changed, if they should be changed.
You can table those, but the question is raised because, of course, even when you compare to your own previous Prime Minister, it's double the cost. That's why this is a concern.
What I know, when the Prime Minister returns from a trip, even one as quick as this one we saw to New York, he speaks to me of business development, of jobs for Canadians, of creating opportunity in our regions, of developing new mines and resources, of building the country. This Prime Minister is proving to be an incredibly effective salesperson for Canada, making us #1 in many charts in terms of business and foreign investment intentions. I think Canadians are very, very proud of that, and I think that they need to.
I have a question.
I think they need to examine this exchange to understand if you are against the Prime Minister traveling to secure investment for Canadians. Are they? Are you against that?
If I may.
Are you against that?
If I may.
That's a very simple question.
I am asking the questions.
I see.
Okay.
But, I think Canadians would be interested in your answer, though. Are you against the Prime Minister?
Let the member
ask
incredibly
disrespectful. If I may, okay? The Prime Minister is quite wealthy, okay? So much so that he refused to divest his stock portfolios when he became Prime Minister. Many previous Prime Ministers did. Could he at least put these lavish expenses for his expensive dinners on his own credit card, because you are asking Canadians to live with less, right? Everybody's tightening, every family's tightening their belts, except for the Prime Minister and everyone around him.
This Prime Minister was born the son of 2 teachers in a small place in the Northwest Territories, and has demonstrated repeatedly his willingness to forego a career in the private sector to serve Canadians. He did so in the public service. He did so at the Bank of Canada. He's had other public service opportunities. And I think, I know I am, grateful that he once again chose public service.
Thank you, Minister. We're going to have to
as
conclude
distinct
it
from
there.
his other career
We will
opportunities.
continue.